Good morning. It is Monday, February 9th, 2026. You are listening to your essential global briefing, bringing you the most critical developments from the world of geopolitics, finance, technology, and logistics. Today, the world wakes up to a reshaped trade map between the East and West and a historic gathering of emerging economic powers. I'm Cora, and these are the top stories for the next 24 hours. We begin with the fallout from a landmark diplomatic weekend. The US and India have finalized a sweeping interim trade pact that is already being called the Great Pivot. Under the deal, India will slash tariffs on high-end US vehicles and eliminate duties on motorcycles, such as Harley-Davidsons. In return, President Trump has agreed to cut duties on Indian exports from 50% to 18%. The catch? New Delhi has committed to a total halt of Russian oil purchases, signaling a major realignment in global energy alliances. In the Middle East, tensions are at their highest point since the new year. President Trump has signed a new executive order establishing a process to impose secondary tariffs on any country that continues to trade with Iran. This Maximum Pressure 2.0 campaign has sent a chill through European and Asian capitals. Meanwhile, over the weekend, the U.S. Navy intercepted an Iranian drone targeting an American carrier, while gunboats in the Strait of Hormuz attempted a tanker seizure. Both incidents were successfully thwarted but underscore a volatile naval environment. In Asia, all eyes are on the aftermath of Japan's elections, while Prime Minister Modi arrives in Malaysia today for a critical bilateral summit aimed at strengthening Southeast Asian trade ties as a hedge against global tariff volatility.
Turning to finance, the focus is on Al Yala, Saudi Arabia, where the second day of the Conference for Emerging Market Economies is underway. Saudi Finance Minister Mohammed Al-Jadaan opened the summit yesterday, highlighting that emerging economies now drive 70% of global growth. The Al Yala Reset aims to create a unified policy framework to protect these nations from the fiscal nationalism currently rising in the West. In the United States, the Federal Reserve Board is holding a high-stakes, closed-door meeting at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time today. Markets are paralyzed with anticipation as the board reviews discount rates. With Kevin Warsh now officially nominated as the next Fed chair, investors are looking for any sign of a shift toward the inflation hawk policies he is known for, which could further strengthen the dollar and squeeze emerging market liquidity. For South Korea, the KOSPI faces a complicated opening. While the US-India deal creates a new competitor in the American market, the potential for a de-risked trade environment between Washington and its allies is providing some support for the one, which remains under pressure. I'm Alessio.
The technology sector is entering a post-hype reality. As the Q4 earnings season enters its final surge, over 150 of the S&P 500 companies have now reported. While 79% have beaten expectations, the narrative has shifted. Investors are no longer rewarding AI potential. They are rewarding AI ROI. Amazon reported a 70% year-over-year leap in same-day deliveries, powered entirely by its new inventory AI that predicts shopper demand before an order is even placed. This is the new gold standard for the industry: practical, profitable automation. In the UK and Europe, the Munich AI Safety Accord is being put to the test today as regulators begin auditing the first batch of watermarked AI content. Simultaneously, NVIDIA shares are being watched closely following news that several G7 nations are considering a $12 billion critical mineral reserve to secure the rare earth elements required for the next generation of 2020 SXS AI chips. I'm Nova.
Finally, in logistics, we are witnessing the Suez paradox. While Maersk has reported a successful structural return of its Mi-11 service through the Red Sea today, the threat of new Iranian-related maritime incidents has caused insurance premiums to remain stubbornly high. In the United States, the USPS last-mile bidding process is in full swing. Private shippers are competing for the first time to utilize the Postal Service's end-of-route infrastructure. This move, combined with Walmart's $330 million investment in automated distribution centers, signals a massive shift toward onshore resilience as companies look to bypass international trade delays. Lastly, the Chartered Institute of Procurement and Supply (CIPS) issued a warning yesterday. The price of consumer electronics and transport equipment could surge by another 10% by mid-2026 if the current cracks in the global trading system are not mended soon. That concludes our global briefing for February 9th, 2026. We will follow the Federal Reserve's meeting results and the Al Yala outcomes throughout the day. I'm Vivian. Stay informed and have a productive start to your week.